Today I fucked up by taking my girlfriend to a party. Me and my girlfriend are 19M and 18F respectively and are both college students. Tonight we headed out to a party at about 9 p.m., where there was going to be a lot of drinking and partying, as expected. Now, my girlfriend is quite small and slim, so that definitely doesn't help to the fact that she has an extremely low alcohol tolerance. So I knew that was going to be an issue later on. I just didn't realize how much of an issue, but I wasn't going to stop her since she insisted beforehand that she would be fine. Anyway, onto the interesting part of the story. So I hadn't seen my girlfriend for a couple hours until 2 a.m. when the party was just sort of finishing and people were leaving, where I finally found her again and she was absolutely drunk, completely gone. I told her we were leaving, to which she told me I was ruining the fun. But people were already leaving, which I pointed out to her and just kind of took her with me because I knew if she stayed it would only get worse. And now I had to walk this completely drunk and confused girl to get to our flat, which it took us 10 minutes to walk from to get to the party. 45 minutes. It took 45 minutes to walk back. I won't go into too much detail since this isn't the main point of the story, but the 45-minute walk included a stop for her to, almost but not quite, throw up, 5 stops to sit down because she couldn't feel her feet, a stop for her to pee in a bush, a 5-minute conversation between her and a homeless person, a stop to attempt to, before being stopped and dragged away by me, poo outside a Burger King as a punishment for taking away the McRib, a stop to talk to a squirrel. There was no squirrel. She was talking to literally nothing, all before finally making it home. And none of that is even the main event of the evening. Once we got home, I actually managed to get her to quietly sit down for about 20 minutes before she claimed she had to pee again. But this time it was different because after helping her careful walk to the bathroom and sitting her down on the toilet, she asked what I was doing. I assumed this meant she wanted privacy, so I asked if she wanted my help or wanted me to leave. And then she said the most confusing thing I've heard her say. She said, "Well, I need your help 'cause I can't aim my dick well." Question mark, question mark, question mark. She's a biological female and definitely does not have a dick, but she was persistent that she did, even after I asked her where it was and she couldn't tell me. I told her to just sit down and she got very upset and told me that she didn't need my help and she would prove it by doing it by herself and I'd see that she had a dick. So there I stood, questioning my life as I watched the girl I'm in love with take her pants off and stand at a toilet attempting to angrily pee with something she didn't have and completely failing and covering the floor with pee. But in her mind she did it perfectly and I was lying to her. So she just walked out, pants still off, collapsed in the middle of our bed and passed out. After an hour of cleaning the bathroom floor and questioning my life, I'm now sitting and realizing the funny side to tonight. It's too funny not to share, but I also don't want to chance ruining my girlfriend's reputation any further, hence why this is on an alt account. But I think her reputation has already taken quite the hit. Too long did not read. Went to a party. Girlfriend got completely drunk, had 45 minutes of chaos on the walk home, claimed to have a dick and peed all over the floor. The poop at the BK Lounge for taking away the McRib was pretty gold. Good story. Sweet. Next time when y'all do the sexy you can whip it out and yell, sword fight. The biggest foo here is not getting any of it on video because she ain't gonna believe any of that shit tomorrow lol. You ever been so drunk you're like, I know I gotta piss but I can't find my dick? Bert Kreischer. OP's girlfriend. This is not a fuck up, this is a legendary night out. Revenge poos, invisible squirrels, surprise dicks, what more could you ask for? Are you sure all she had was alcohol? Today I fucked up the way I answered what I thought was a spam call and it was actually the police. I get a lot of spam and sales calls on my phone. So, when I don't recognize a number I don't say hello and usually answer with some random line. So, I see this number I don't recognize on my phone and I answer it with, Joe's morgue, you stab them, we slab them. The girl on the other line says, excuse me. So, I repeat it. She says she's calling from the local police department and she received a call from my number that called and hung up and was calling to make sure everything was okay. I told her that definitely wasn't me and she said she may need to send a unit. I reiterated it wasn't me as my phone was sitting on a tray next to me and I haven't touched it in almost an hour. She read the number back to me and it was 1 digit off. She again asked if everything was okay. I told her my actual number and she reluctantly said, okay. And let me go. Of all the normal lines I use for unknown calls, of course it had to be that one. As a result, I wouldn't be surprised if a unit drives by. Too long did not read. Answered a spam call that was actually the police and answered by telling them I could put away someone you stabbed. Edit. 99% of you guys, gals have been awesome. I posted an unexpected interaction I had this afternoon and didn't expect it to blow up like this. For the 66 people and 8 private messages about raping and scraping, I don't even have the words. Please be better. That's the nicest, and the only nicest, way I can express that right now. Just wow. And yes, I know the title is fucked up. Pasting error, not paying attention, and can't edit posts. I hate it so much. I look like an idiot. That being said, I also appreciate all of the funny feedback for things you say or your families say on calls. I've added some to my existing list to use later below for other spam calls. Much love to you all, and even though Reddit is the fickle mob, every once in a while you find a cesspool of a bunch of great people. Take that contradiction as you will. Cheers. And be safe this weekend. Joe's Morgue, you stab them, we slab them. B&D Stud Service, no muff is too tough. Mark and Nick's, where it's okay to lick dicks. Destiny Strippers and Poles, don't put that in your holes. Robbie's Horse Farm, book a stud to keep you warm. Angela's Awareness Camp, our nipple clamps will make you damp. JB's Sperm Bank. You spank it, we bank it. Thank you for calling Penelope's Pink Pussy Palace. My name is Peter, in baritone voice. How can we service you? Charlie's Whorehouse. You got the dough? We got the hoe. Yak. Now if you keep answering spam calls they'll keep calling cause your number is flagged as an active number, just so you know in case you want them to stop. I've always liked answering. Joe's Barbecue and Crematorium, pickup or delivery. I personally like Charlie's Whorehouse. You got the dough? We got the hoe. She dialed the wrong number and still thought you needed a police welfare check? I hate that type of shit. They make a mistake and make it seem it was your fault they were wrong. Don't get shot. I have always heard it as City Morgue, you kill 'em, we chill 'em. I used to answer Harrow's Morgue, you kill 'em, we chill 'em. I stopped when I got my grandma, lol, before caller id. Today I fucked up because I don't delete my search history. A little background, I'm 28 male. Was with my now ex-girlfriend, 27, for 5 years. Overall I think we had a good relationship. My ex's father was a single parent because my ex's mother doesn't feel like to be a mother. Now onto the story. My ex's dad died this year middle of January. He was 57 years old. My ex became depressed. I tried to support her as much as I can. She started to go therapy in the first week of February. 2 months later she started to have better mood. Almost everything get back to normal. The thing is we didn't have sex since January. I did not dare to initiative because I honestly understand, she is not that state mentally. After 2 months, the end of March, I tried to have some intimacy with her. She refused and we had a conversation about. She said she need a bit time without sex, and she will say to me when she is ready. I was okay with this and I promised I will support her comfort no matter what. A week ago I got a promotion in my job, and a 10K bonus with the promotion. Obviously I was happy, so I made an appointment in a restaurant to celebrate with my girlfriend and my friends. However, my girlfriend said the last minute, she feels sick and doesn't come. I asked her if it's okay if I still going with my friends, she said sure. The dinner was good, and I also drank a few shots, like 4. I had a very good mood. Later when I got home, suddenly I had the idea maybe if I watch some adult movie, I can relieve the stress. Keep in mind we didn't have intimacy for 6 months at the time. My girlfriend was already asleep, so I take my laptop and did my thing in the living room. The next day when I arrive home from work I saw how everything what belongs to me is in bags in the porch. Then here she comes my ex starting to scream, "How what a disguising pig I am," and things like that. Long story short, it turned out she checked my search history, I don't know why, and found out I watched an adult movie. So here I'm currently in a hotel and thinking about how much a dick I'm. TLDR. I don't have sex with my girlfriend for 6 months. I watched porn, she found out and broke up with me. Grief makes people irrational and angry. But to throw you out over watching an adult film in those conditions? I'm not sure if this is a fuck up on your part. So here I'm currently in a hotel and thinking about how much a dick I'm. Mate, you are not a dick. Masturbation is perfectly natural. Unfortunately your girlfriend didn't reciprocate the support that you were giving her. No matter the reason for this, it is not your fault or your fuck up. You did your best, but relationships are two-way streets. Find someone that will treat you right. Good luck op. My question is, how did you go 5 years without having a conversation about self-maintenance or pornography? She is totally being unreasonable. Which can happen since she's grieving. But you're not being a dick here. I can imagine she's unhappy that you watched an adult movie, but she could talk to you about it first. And I don't think sexual partners get to decide if you can relieve yourself or not. I think that should fall under bodily autonomy if you do it all by yourself in a healthy way. Since she is acting like this, she might also have kicked you out for deleting your search history if you did. Because you must have been hiding something. Anyway, if you don't live there anymore, stop paying rent. Also, be aware that if there's this financial imbalance, partner 1 has no income, partner 2 pays for everything, partner 1 is more likely to cheat. You dodged a bullet on that one. 5 years together and she checks your search history laughing my ass off. I bet she 100% has been looking what's on your phone. Messages etc. She just found something she didn't like this time. Honestly, she can't tell you to not watch that stuff, especially after not giving you any for 6 months LMAO. She sounds like a nutcase. Be glad she didn't baby trap you and then break up with you so you would be forced to pay child support. Not a foo, man. This is more like a today I dodged a bullet. Or at least, today, after, at least, 5 months of getting hit by bullets, I managed to accidentally stumble out of the way of one of them. Also, if my own experiences are any indication, I'm too depressed to work, so you have to work while I stay at home all day. And also I sometimes check your phone history is almost certainly code for, I've been cheating on you. Whether she was actually cheating or just not dealing with her mental health issues and instead taking them out on you, consider this a get out of jail free card. Wash your hands of the whole thing and move on to better things. Today I fucked up by saying, he fingered her in class. In my 16F defense, English is not my first language. My brother goes to a different school and he told me that this kid flipped a teacher off and cussed her out and we were in class and bored, so I decided I'd tell my teacher the story. We were only 3 students in the class, but oh god did I embarrass myself. As I was telling the story, I got to the part where the kid had flipped her off, and I lagged and ended up saying, so he fingered her. Wait, fingered, finger? Finger, and this boy in my class goes, gave her the finger? And I was like, yeah that. He gave her the finger. And then I had this moment of realization and realized what I had said, and the teacher was staring at me, and my friend and the boy started cracking up laughing, and I got embarrassed and went, I didn't mean that. I am sorry. Arabic is my first language. I am sorry. And my teacher is shaking trying to hold in her laugh and I get so embarrassed I try to hide my face, but I ended up slamming my head on the desk and my hijab sort of ended up almost falling off, so I grabbed it and went, oh fuck. Which caused my friend to start wheezing and I panicked and went, shit. Sorry I meant fudge. Oh my god, I hate my life. And the teacher ended up just putting her head on the table and laughing while I had this moment where I went, I didn't mean to say fingered her. Which caused everyone in the class to just lose it, which made me start laughing, and I start fucking losing it and I go, I said he fingered her, oh my god. My teacher talked to me after the class and said, maybe next time you think before you speak. And I said, I'll just shut up. And she laughed at that. I apologized once more and she told me it was all good. Edit. Actual fun fact. I've made this mistake before where I have sent a text in a group chat asking my friend to send me the picture of us. The one where I am fingering you. I meant the one I gave him the finger in. The group chat went insane and I ended up apologizing 100 times. Too long did not read. Misspoke and said, he fingered her, while telling a story in class, ended up getting embarrassed, slammed my head on the table and then swore. You didn't foo. It's an honest mistake. And it brought some joy to your class, and reading it brought me joy. You'll never confuse those phrases again lol. Don't feel bad. I am a teacher and I did something way worse. I teach AP Bio. I was teaching Punnett squares with linkage and I said, so in this scenario, Grandpa gave her the big D. And one of my students, who was 18, at least, nearly fell out of his chair, he started laughing so hard. Fortunately I live in a foul-mouthed area of the country and if this story ever made it up the food chain, I never got in trouble. I don't think the teacher should have told you to think before you speak. English is your second language, and mistakes happen. Bravo. Tears of joy. The layering of the foos onto a foo lasagna was magnificent, rolling on the floor laughing. I once had a student say he got laid on the football field the night before. Took me a second to realize the 12-year-old meant that someone tackled him. Obviously English wasn't their first language either. This is a memory everyone that was present will remember for the rest of their lives.